Thank you, Chair Kudo, and my thanks also to all those who took the time to submit written and oral testimony. The COVID-19 situation in Hawaii has continued to evolve, and we've had pivots on pivots as the number of cases started reaching triple digits and kept accelerating on Oahu in particular. We made a decision to step back from most of the classes that were going to be conducted on campus with in a face-to-face modality. When we early on announced in May our intention to come back to a heavily modified in-person mode, we always knew that this possibility would be there. We didn't know if or when it might happen, but it was always possible. And unfortunately, the conditions in the state have driven us in that direction. The campuses are now all working, and I have a great deal of appreciation and thanks to our faculty who have been making adjustments just over these past weeks after spending the summer planning a new format for their classes. Classes that have labs, some of our clinical health courses, our studio classes in the arts, and some of our career and technical education classes that require shops. Things that can be done remotely will be done remotely. And similarly, we did roll out our new telework policy, and we have asked all employees who can work at home to work at home. And supervisors are using techniques such as staggering, physical distancing, and so forth. I want to emphasize that anybody who is on a campus will be in a environment that has been prepared for safe COVID operations. So that includes physical distancing as instructed by the State Department of Health, county orders, and CDC. That includes mandatory wearing of facial coverings. That includes regular sanitization processes, and we are putting up signage and doing everything possible to encourage safe behaviors for everyone. We have rolled out an app that is just starting to be used this week and into next week. It was one of those just-in-time things. Thanks to Vice President Yoshimi for his leadership on this. And we're asking everyone to do a health check before they come to a campus. And we actually have geofencing, so when you come to a campus, it wakes up and reminds you to do a health check, asking the standard questions that I think all of us have seen by now. We are putting out educational videos. We've been advised that training will help with some of our liability issues, and so we're pushing out training to all of our employees. And I want to thank Dan Meisenthal for his work. We've just put up a site to show the cases on our campuses. When I looked yesterday, we had 8 cases, and that is across our 10 campuses, and that's since April. In no situation have we had even 2 in one day, so we're not anywhere near what one would consider a cluster at this time. But we do want to be transparent about these, and we've been sending out regular emails to people on a campus whenever we've had a confirmed case. Unfortunately, we've also had to send out notices when we've had rumors of cases that have spread to let them know that in such situations there was not a case. And then finally on COVID, the most commonly asked question everywhere I go outside of the university is, what about athletics? And what I will say is that all of our fall athletics have been postponed. We participate in both the Mountain West and Big West Conference, and both conferences are looking at whether football in the Mountain West and our other sports in the Big West can be rescheduled for spring, and that's an ongoing regional and national conversation. Right now, our enrollment headcount across the system is down 1.8%. So it's not as dire as we had feared. And on the bright side, both UH Manoa and UH West Oahu, as of today, so we are 4 days before the start of classes, Same time last year, Manoa is up 2% and West Oahu is up 1.4%, and our other 8 campuses are down in varying percentages. I want to highlight something that COVID unfortunately stole from you, which was the opportunity to participate in the blessing of the new Life Sciences building. We were extraordinarily low-key given the risks, but we do have people starting to move in. And I want to highlight this project. We don't celebrate every new building, but this was our first major design build project done fully under the university's auspices. I think most of you are aware of the benefits of design build. It's design and construction with a fixed cost. This was done under the leadership of Vice President Gouveia, and she talked with you as the project was in process. And it was an amazing event to be able to celebrate its opening. This was about 4 years, which is shorter than our usual concept to completion life cycle when we go through multiple legislative appropriations for planning, design, and then construction. We brought together all of the design and operations professionals, our faculty, educational leaders, Vice Chancellor for Research, and Provost were deeply involved, and it's an amazing opportunity to highlight our best interdisciplinary research and education in the life sciences. This has involved a remaking of the UH Office of Project Delivery under Vice President Gouveia, and the building has 6 teaching laboratories, 15 research laboratories, grad student workstations, collaboration space, etc., as well as a little bit of shelled space for future construction. From a research perspective, this now has the only full-service microscopy facility for transmission, scanning electron microscopes, and confocal microscopes for biological samples in the state. It has a state-of-the-art analytical laboratory for biochemical and molecular analyses of biological samples. And we have an insectary for the study of Hawaiian insects, which are pivotal players in sustainable ecology in Hawaiian habitats or, frankly, anywhere. And what is really remarkable, this was a $65 million project. $12 million was raised externally to support these fabulous new labs and the activities that will take place from NIH, NSF, and the William Keck Foundation. So the final phase of the project, this includes, some of you will recall the Manoa Mini Master Plan. Included in this project is also the demolition of Snyder Hall, and we expect that to take place in the summer of 2021. And to foreshadow, the next major project on the UH Manoa campus is a $41 million design build to renovate the Sinclair Library into a Student Success Center, and that was funded in 2019. The Keck Foundation gift was processed through the UH Foundation for the Life Sciences building, and I do want to highlight the excellent work of Vice President for Advancement Tim Dolan. We wrapped up our fiscal year 20 gift accounting, and in partnership with the university and our donors, the number this year was $84.7 million. It's our highest number ever, other than those years when we've had one of those large gifts from either Jay Scheidler or the Simons Foundation, 40 millions up to over $125 million. So it was an extraordinary year, even though 2020 has been a troubled year, obviously. And as of this year, we're already at, as of this morning, 8.6 million. So we are off to a great start. I want to just mention one research project and then one summer program, and then I'll wrap. One of the research programs that really caught my eye, not big money, but it was a project at UH Manoa's Hawaii Institute for Marine Biology. And what our researchers there have discovered, that the Hawaiian tiger cowrie, Lehokiko, is a voracious predator of alien sponges, such as the orange keyhole sponge. So this is the kind of work that when we understand it and we can actually apply indigenous resources, and there's a heightened concern now to protect those Hawaiian tiger cowrie with an understanding of their benefits to the entire ocean ecosystem, which is being devastated by alien sponges. And this work was done in Kaneohe Bay. It's a fabulous project. Lastly, I had briefed you earlier on the Next Steps to Your Future project that was undertaken with P20 and the UH community colleges. And this was an initiative really targeted at trying to help the high school graduating class of 2020. This is a group of close to 10,000, over 10,000 actually, who did not get to complete their final part of their year on campus. They did not get a normal graduation from high school. They graduated into one of the worst economies in the history of Hawaii. And we were trying to find ways we could help. And using both federal funds and philanthropic funds, we established a program for courses, for advising, and for guidance to help people find their next steps to their future. We supported over 2,700 students with summer advising and or classes, tens of thousands of text messages between students and their advisors. Turns out that 75% of those students will be college bound, 58% of them intending to enroll at a UH campus. About 400 of them took free UH Community College summer classes, and about 500 of them applied for the Next Steps Stronger Together Scholarship, which we announced 2 months ago in partnership with the Hawaii Community Foundation and First Hawaiian Bank Foundation. So remarkable program that's already delivering results for that high school class of 2020. And Mr. Chair, that concludes my President's report.